I want us to share in this segment on unshakable faith. I want to focus today on believing beyond the test. Every person in this room, you and I, we were all created to fulfill a purpose. We know that. Nothing on earth was created just for beauty or for fun. It was created to fulfill a purpose. Your purpose is your vision assignment. Every vision will be tested for authenticity. That means no one is exempt. Being born qualifies you for test. The safest way to stay away from major tests is to decide not to fulfill your vision. Of course, you'll end up being nothing. So if you don't want to be tested greatly, do little things or do nothing. By the way, if you aim at nothing, you never miss. You know what tests does? They remind you you are living. You will never know who you really are until you are tested. Faith is your belief and conviction that creates your confidence. When you don't understand something, son, you got to believe. Your faith is only as strong as the test it survives. Let me tell you something. When you're going through a tough time, that's a good sign that God wants to use you as a model. Go through this stuff. Because your faith is only as strong as the test it survives. I know it's tough. I know it's a nightmare. And when things happen sometimes, like let's say you get a divorce or someone dies, all of a sudden your life goes into this spin and you're like, nothing makes sense. And God says, keep your faith. Faith means keep believing. I know you don't understand everything right now, but just keep believing. Don't stop believing in me. Lose everything else, but don't lose that. It's common to all men to be tested. The test is not important. What's important is how you handle it. He says faith means to believe. Faith is from this Hebrew word aman. It means to believe, to be firm, to endure, to be faithful. It means to be faithful and true to something. Faith means to stand fast, to trust. Faith is resolve. Be it resolved that God shall deliver us. I don't know how, don't know when, but He will. That's faith. Faith says, I will accomplish this dream. It may take 25, 30, 50 years, but it will come to pass. That's faith. I will prosper. Even though you're broke, you still got to say it. Let the weak say, I am strong. And let the poor say, I am rich. Now remember, whatever you say, you got to be tested. But you got to say it. Faith means sure hope. You are stronger than the economy that's collapsing. You are stronger than the job you lost. You are stronger than the business bottom line. You are stronger than whatever life will throw at you. You are stronger than that. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. It's evidence of things not seen. Ladies and gentlemen, you will never be known by the things you avoided. Think about it. Write it down. The Olympics is going on right now. Do you know that the only folks you're going to remember are the ones who won? Are you going to win your test? Your story will be told by the tests you overcome. You got to believe that in the middle of this storm, God's going to reward you on the other end.
Just before I met Mr. Shoaff, I heard a knock at the door. I go to the door, and there's a little girl standing there about this tall selling Girl Scout cookies. And she gave me one of the finest sales presentations I've ever heard. Special deal, several flavors, this whole package of stuff, $2. And with a big smile, she very politely asked me to buy. And I wanted to. Big problem. I'm broke. I don't have $2. And to this day, I can remember the pain and the embarrassment. I'm a father, I'm a husband, I've been to college, I'm working, I'm 25, I don't have $2. And I didn't want to tell her that for some reason. So I did what I thought was next best. I lied to her. I said, hey, look, I've already bought lots of Girl Scout cookies. I've still got plenty stacked in the house, which was not true. But it seemed to get me off the hook for the moment. She said, well, gosh, that's wonderful. Thank you very much. And she went away. When she left, I closed the door, and that was the day I said to myself, I don't want to live like this anymore. I now carry several $100s in my money clip. I've had it with lying, and I've had it with being broke. I'm never going to let this happen to me ever again. I promised that day I would work as hard as possible and would always carry plenty.
Let me tell you something. The life, oh, don't miss tonight. Life behind the test is wonderful, but you got to make it through. You thought you had difficult things in your life? No, put it another way. You thought you had good times in your life. The good times ain't started yet, but the route to the good time is a little test.
Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home run. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You've got to take risks, and I'm sure you've probably heard that before. But
the formula really reads, make plans like an adult and believe in them like a child. Goals become like a magnet. They pull you that direction, and the better you describe them, the more they pull. If you went home tonight and in the next few days cleaned up a whole list of decisions, that might furnish enough inspiration for the next 10 years. I found this out many times after you've decided. Getting on with it is easier than deciding. Sometimes decision is the toughest part. The Englishman says, well, if that's the way it's going to work out, let's give it a go. Right, that's what it's for. Give it a go. Somebody says, yeah, but I'm looking for safety and security. Fine, then huddle in a corner. We'll cover you with a sheet, bring you 3 meals a day. And we'll protect you, feed you, look after you, care for you. We won't let anything happen to you, and you'll probably live to be 100. The guy said, well, yeah, I'd live to be 100. But what a way to live. Right. What a way to live, safe and secure. Don't ask for security. Ask for adventure. Better to live 30 years full of adventure than 100 years safe in the corner. And see, it's not important how long you live. What's important is how you live. What do you want?